Hello and welcome to Scottish Show, and this is the show where we will be discussing the Loch Ness Monster and if it really does exist. We have people who are for and against the Loch Ness Monster, but first, do I believe the Loch Ness Monster exists? Yeah, I do. It's something that's, it's something that's a great mystery, but I believe it exists. Because why not? Why not believe the monster exists? Because it's a great thing. And people who say it doesn't exist, that's their opinion, but for me, yeah, I believe it exists because it's something it's something big to Scotland. It's who wouldn't want to love the idea of the Loch Ness Monster being real. So coming up next, there are interviews from Lucas and Harry. So stay tuned. So Lucas, I'm glad you can join us on Scott Show.
It's good to be
And
here.
how do you feel about the Loch Ness Monster?
I think it's a national treasure, in my opinion, because it means so much to Scotland.
I totally agree with you. And what do you think about the iconic picture of the Loch Ness Monster? The black and white one that was taken in I think it was the early 30s or the late 20s.
I mean, it's probably one of the most iconic photos in the history of the world. Like, seriously.
Yeah, definitely, because it's something that's so meaningful to Scotland.
Mm.
And do you think that the sightings over the past year, it's had the most sightings ever?
Yeah.
Do you think those could mean anything?
Yeah, they could, but there's also a lot of hoaxes.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of folk go out of their way to fake things and try and claim that they've spotted it. But I think there is some truth to them, especially in the last couple of years. I mean, they've been getting really. I can't really say, but
More lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, there was 8 sightings in the past year, which is apparently the most they've ever had this century, so it's hopefully a good thing. And as well, do you think the film Waterhorse portrayed the Loch Ness Monster in a good way?
Yeah, kind of did, but the thing is though, a lot of folk like to cash in on the Loch Ness Monster's appeal, so that's probably why they made it in the first place, because it's a global icon and it's a national treasure and it generates a lot of income.
I also heard that they didn't even film most of it in Scotland. It was in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. That happens with a lot of films though.
Yeah, I didn't really like that because it's a Scottish icon. You film it in New Zealand. It's not very.
It's not faithful.
Yeah, it's not. And also, ending off as well, do you think it will ever be proven?
I think there will be in time. You just have to be in the right place at the right time to get a good glimpse of it.
Yeah.
And prove its existence to the world.
Okay, thank you. Up next we have Harry with his points on the Loch Ness Monster. Hello Harry.
Hello.
Welcome to the Scottish Show. I'm glad you can make it.
Great to be here.
So, about the Loch Ness Monster, something we're all passionate about here, and I hear you're not.
Well, yes. It is a bit of a conspiracy theory, isn't it?
So, do you agree with the Loch Ness Monster?
Unfortunately, as much as I wish I did, I don't.
You don't? How? Why not?
Well, it just seems like a bit of a fairy tale, doesn't it? It's a big dragon thing that lives underwater. It sounds very made up to me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't believe at all about that?
I mean, we have so much scientific equipment these days. If it really did exist, I'm sure we would have found it.
So, about what I was talking about with Lucas, how do you feel about the iconic Loch Ness Monster picture?
Well, obviously it's a great tribute to Scotland to have such an iconic thing around the world famous for, but doesn't necessarily mean it has to be true. But it's a great story, just as like haggis being real and living and running around mountains is great for Scotland. It's a great tribute to Americans and things, like they love it, but it doesn't have to be true.
And so how do you feel about the film Waterhorse, and how do you think that portrays Loch Ness Monster?
It was a bit fantastic for me. I mean, very, very fantasy film. I didn't really like it, to be honest. It was a bit
Did you not?
funny. No, too sparkly, too lovely. It's not Scotland.
The problem I had with it was about it being filmed in New Zealand and not in Scotland, which is where it's from. It's meant to be a Scottish film.
Didn't really feel that Scottish at parts. But well,
And so, do you think it'll ever be proven, the Loch Ness Monster?
I'm not really sure. Maybe someday we'll find some fossils in the bottom of that loch that were of big creatures that used to live there once. Maybe something like that, but I'm pretty sure we won't find it living, if it is in fact real.
Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that segment, and next week we'll be discussing conspiracy theories with Lucas, because he is a big conspiracy theorist. So, we hope you enjoyed this video about Loch Ness Monster and hope you believe, because why wouldn't you want to believe? And from all of us here, it's goodbye.